Hey, what's up? Tony with Bearded Daddy here. Now, to follow up with the last video that I had a story about a guy with a golf club. So, the other night I was doing some Uber Eats at night. So typically like to do Uber Eats at night so that I can avoid bad situations. But you know, I was trying to get a few more rides in so that I could get one of those quest bonuses wrapped up. Long story short on that, I missed the quest bonus because of what happened. I deviated from my plan. I accepted Uber Express Pull. Immediately when the Express Pull was accepted, I get a text from the guy and it says, hey, this is not for me, this is for my teenage daughter and her boyfriend. They're at this store. And so I text back, I'm like, hey, are they over 18? And he texts back saying, yeah, they're 19. So I head that way, full intent on verifying for myself visually with an identification card that they are over 18. And so I pull up to the spot that I'm supposed to get them at, which is an intersection, and they weren't there. So I pulled into the store. It's like 10:30, the place is closed, and I have no other pool passengers. So I'm like, all right, let me just check and see if they're over here. And as I'm pulling into the parking lot, they come out, and the girl, she's walking towards my car, and the guy's behind her, and he has a golf club in his hand. And I'm like, I lock my doors so that they can't get in, A, because he's got a golf club, and B, because I don't want them to get in and then I can't verify how old they are and then I have to kick them out. And I'm glad that I did that because they didn't have identification cards. When I told them that I could not take them, they flipped out because I'm stealing their money, because I'm not going to take their ride. It's stealing from them. But somebody else ordered the ride for them, A, and then B, you shouldn't be walking around at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night without identification. So, and with a golf club, and trying to get into an Uber and expecting that I'm going to be okay with all of that. So I tried to pull away from them, and they got mad. They were cussing me out. I go around to the back of the store to just exit that way, but it was blocked off. They had a shipment that was blocking the way, so I had to turn around, go back through where they were. And the girl, she decided to grab onto my door handle, so I had to stop because I didn't want to rip off her arm or anything. And she's like, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm like, great, I'm gonna call the cops actually. So as soon as she started cussing me out again, her hands let go of my steering, or my door handle, and so I took that opportunity to drive away. And as I did that, her boyfriend threw the golf club and hit my bumper. So I called the cops. They got involved. I didn't end up pressing any charges because when I inspected the vehicle, I can't even tell where the golf club hit my car. And this is the reason why you should have a dash camera. I was in my wife's car instead of my car, and I didn't have a dash cam because we hadn't been using that car for doing rideshare for a long time. So no dash cam in there. I moved it all into this car, and I regret not having a dash cam in there. So that's the next purchase for rideshare investment, is a dash cam for that car. I mean, it doesn't get used as much, but anytime you use it for rideshare, always have a dash cam. I use the black V1s because they have access to be accessed remotely as long as you have it connected to the cloud through your hotspot on your phone, or if you have a hotspot. And you can also download over the cloud, so if somebody steals your camera, you still have footage. But anyways, I got the cops involved. They asked me if I wanted to press charges. I said no, because because I didn't want to go to court over something that would be he said, she said without the dash cam footage. But that is the first time I've experienced something crazy as an Uber driver. I mean, I've had some weird passengers, I've had some drunk passengers, and I've learned my lessons from all of those situations. But the lesson I learned on this one is that safety always is a priority, especially in situations where it's intense, people are being aggressive or violent, and you have to remain as calm as possible. I mean, my adrenaline went up immediately as soon as I saw the golf club, but you still have to think straight and clear. Always run through things in your head when you got spare time on what you would do in certain situations, so when they happen, it's not like you freeze. So roll up to people, especially at night, with your doors locked so they can't get in, before you verify who you're getting into your car and who they are, and especially for minors if they're old enough, and that way you can avoid violent situations within your car. Alright, so that's the story here. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you want, go ahead and hit a like or a dislike if you think that my story's a lie. You can also leave a comment if you have any questions. If it's something that you don't want public, you can send me an email, beardeddaddy23@gmail.com, and I'll follow up with you there. I try to respond to comments and emails as soon as possible. Sometimes I'm not notified on the comments, but as soon as I see it, I'll respond to you. Sorry if I've missed you. And if you haven't signed up to drive, go ahead and sign up with one of my links in the description. Probably going to be pulling down the Lyft link because they're just crazy, taking money like crazy from drivers in other cities, and it's probably coming to Denver too. So I'm just going to get ahead of the game on that and not really promote Lyft. Outside of that, I hope you have a great day, have a good weekend, and go make that money.